Hello and welcome back to SciTech. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a very fun project with using an Amazon cutout, RGB LED neopixels, and an Arduino Nano. Let's get started. And these are the items you're going to need to make for this project. The items you're going to need: a 9-volt battery, a 9-volt battery clip, an auto-changing RGB LED, an Arduino Nano, a push-button lock switch, and some neopixels. And you're going to need an Amazon cardboard cutout. Now let's go ahead and assemble this project and let's get started. This right here is the Amazon cardboard cutout, and what I need to do is cut out this design to create this neopixel flower. What I'm going to do is take these neopixels and I want to place it onto this flower. I want to make a decision if I want to use just this flower or if I want to add this part to the flower to make a 3-dimensional shape and see which I prefer, since they lock together and maybe I could put neopixels on both sides. Next, what I'm going to do is take a permanent marker to fill out the blanks. As you can see, the flower does not look complete. That's for the purpose of combining the two parts together. But I think what I'm going to do is just use the face of the flower, so I'm just going to go and fill out the design and complete it. Next, what I'm going to do is take some scissors and roughly cut it out. Next, what I'm going to do is take a X-Acto knife and cut out the fine details. And there, it should look just like this. Next, what I need to do is perfect the design, because when I connect the two parts together, you see one side where it's blank and the other side that's not. So what I need to do is take a permanent marker and copy the design that is in the front and put it on the back. I have right here a very helpful technique. You can take your phone and photograph the design. And then you can flip the design over and look at the design on your phone and then copy it exactly the same without constantly lifting it and turning it, lifting it and turning it. That way you can do it a lot easier. Detail the edges so it looks a little bit nicer. And there, it should look just like this. And now when I attach this to the main flower, you can see both sides look the same. There, that looks a lot better instead of leaving it blank. I have right here this piece of cardboard which I've cut off the corners. The reason for doing that, so that way I can create the housing for the electronics. And as you can see, the design I've cut out about 3 centimeters on each side, which is approximately 1 inch. Doing that will allow me to fold the edges to be able to create a box. Next, what I'm going to do is take this metal edge ruler, which is very thick and strong, take another ruler, place it underneath, and just simply lift up this side. And there we go, this edge panel here is now lifted. Now repeat the process 3 more times. Lifting up these edges will allow me to create a box. What I need to do is take some hot glue and glue the edges together. Before I do that, I need to find the center of the box. What I'm going to do is take a ruler and put it in a 45-degree angle, measuring from one corner to another corner, and then draw a line all the way across from one corner to the other, and then repeat the same process on the opposite end. And as you can see, X marks the spot. At the very center of the X will be my very center of the cardboard. And now it's time to glue in the edges. And there, all of my corners are now glued together. Now I have a box. Next, what I need to do is I'm going to take this screwdriver, place it in the center of the X, and create a hole. Perfect, this will allow me to slip the wires through. Next, what I'm going to do is start working with these neopixels. I'm going to take some scissors and cut each neopixel. And there we go, each neopixel has been cut. Next, what I need to do is solder tin all of these points. And there we go, all of the points are now solder tinned. Next, what I'm going to do is take the neopixels and place them on all the petals of the flower. Doing this will give me an idea of how to place them and how to connect them together. And there we go, I have a rough idea of how to connect them together. Next, what I'm going to do is solder bridge all of the connections together, connect all the 5 volts to 5 volts and all the grounds to grounds, and following the arrows on the neopixels because that's the direction that the current is going to flow. And there we go, they're all connected, but as you can see, I have a problem. It's not that simple. Connecting it to the Arduino Nano, which only allows me to get 1 or 2 LEDs to turn on. As you can see, this configuration is incorrect. What I need to do is correct this problem. All of the grounds should not be connected in this orientation, so what I need to do is take the soldering iron and separate it, just like this. What I'm going to do is take this wire and connect this ground, and then follow the arrow of that ground next to it. It is very important to follow the arrows. And there we go, ground is connected to the ground, following the arrow. And now repeat the same process on the opposite side, following that arrow to go to the other arrow. Connect that 5 volt to the other 5 volt, following the arrow. Basically repeat the same process with the rest of the connections, you just need to follow the arrows. And there, it should look just like this when complete. And as you can see, the size of these neopixels is the same size as this screwdriver. And what I've done is I took the neopixels and I've pressed them onto the cardboard, which left a little mark. So that way I have an idea of where I need to make a hole in the flower. And as you can see, each of the neopixels align correctly to each hole. However, they almost do, so what I need to do is take this pin, which has a bigger opening, and make these holes just a little bit bigger. And there, I can see the neopixels a lot better. Next, what I need to do is take this flush cutters and remove the excess cardboard. And there we go, nice and cleaned, and now it's ready to attach everything. Before I do that, I'm going to take these 3 wires and attach it to the ground, data pin, and 5 volts. And there, now my wire is ready. Next, what I need to do is carefully place the flower over the neopixels. Press it down, hold it firm, and then take some hot glue and glue down the neopixels. And there we go, the neopixels are now glued into place. And there, you can see each neopixel. Some of them are slightly covered, so I'm going to need to do a little modification by moving the cardboard over to be able to see the neopixels better. Next, what I'm going to do is take the same screwdriver and make a hole in the center of the flower. And there, now I can take the auto-changing RGB LED and place it in the center of the flower. Next, what I need to do is find the anode and cathode of the auto-changing RGB LED. Take a 3-volt button cell battery and attach it, just like this. This side's cathode, this side's anode. Next, what I'm going to do is take this negative wire and connect it to the cathode. And then the positive wire to the anode. Next, what I'm going to do is take some hot glue to glue it into place and to be able to insulate the wires. And there, the flower is now complete. Next, what I need to do is connect the wires to the Arduino Nano. Next, I'm going to take the negative wire and connect it to the ground. Clamp it down and solder it into place. And now take the positive wire and connect it to 5 volts and solder it into place. And I'll take the data wire and connect it to data pin 6. And again, clamp it down and solder it into place. And there, the neopixels are now connected to the Arduino Nano. Next, I'm going to connect the 2 wires from the auto-changing RGB LED. Connect the cathode wire to ground. And then take the anode wire and connect it to 3 volts. And whoops, I forgot to take the wires and put them through this hole in the box first. Then solder it to the Arduino Nano. Before I do that, I'm going to take some hot glue and put it at the base of this flower. And connect the other part of the flower to the bottom. And then take some hot glue and place it on the bottom so that way they connect better. And now I'm going to take all of the wires and put them through this hole. And repeat the process again by taking the wires and put them back in the same pins in the Arduino Nano. There we go, just like this. And now I can take the auto-changing RGB LED wires, put them through the hole, and then connect them to the Arduino Nano. The anode is connected to 3 volts. Cut off the excess. And now the cathode can connect to ground. Solder it into place. Next, I'm going to take the 9-volt battery clip and the push button lock switch. The positive of the 9-volt battery clip goes to VIN, or voltage input, and the negative will connect to ground. Solder it into place, and then take the negative from the 9-volt battery clip and connect it to ground. And there, the circuit is now complete. Let's go test it out. Take the 9-volt battery and connect it, and there, the neopixels are now flashing. As you can see, it works. Next, I'm going to take some hot glue and place it on the base of the flower, and then put it on top of the box and glue it into place. Put some more hot glue to secure it in place better. Pull the Arduino Nano to pull down the wires some more, so that way it's nice and tight. Put some more hot glue to glue the wires in place so they don't move. Next, I'm going to take a pin and make a mark where I'm going to make a hole, so that way I can place the USB connection of the Arduino Nano. So this way I can reprogram the Arduino Nano in the future. Take a screwdriver and make a hole. And now I'm going to take a X-Acto knife and carve out the hole. And now I can take the USB connection and place it through the hole. And there, I can now easily reprogram the Arduino Nano if I wanted to. Next, I'm going to go and take some hot glue and glue down the Arduino Nano. Glue down the corners carefully. And there, it is now glued into place. Next, I'm going to solder tin the push button lock switch. Next, I'm going to take a pen and trace out the push button lock switch. Cut out a square hole. And there, the push button lock switch can fit. Next, what I'm going to do is estimate the distance of the wire and cut the positive wire just like this. Remove the insulation. Solder tin it. And now solder it to the push button lock switch. And there, put a generous amount of hot glue to insulate the wire and to glue the switch into place. Put some more hot glue to glue it in place better. And there, the circuit is now complete. Let's go test it out again. Take the 9-volt battery, connect it, push the switch, and there, the Arduino Nano turns on and off. I'm going to take these neodymium magnets and place it onto the 9-volt battery. And now take some hot glue and place it on the neodymium magnets. And now glue it into place. And now wait for the glue to solidify. Doing this will allow the magnets to stay in position and to be able to remove and change the battery. And when you want to put the battery back and replace it for a new one, you can just simply stick it on just like that. And there, the project is almost complete. Let's look at the features. As you can see, the USB connection can be connected right here, and I can be able to reprogram the Arduino Nano to change the design of the flower. And this push button right here can turn on the entire circuit. And there, as you can see, it works. And there, it looks very nice. But I don't think I like how the LEDs look, so what I need to do is do a little bit of a modification. And as you can see, the auto-changing RGB LED seems to be a little bit too focused and is a little too bright. So what I need to do is take these flush cutters and cut off the top of the LED. Carefully, don't go too deep, otherwise it will break it. Add some hot glue over the LED to disperse the LED light a little bit better. And now what I'm going to do is put some more hot glue on the rest of the LEDs. Doing this will make the LED light a lot more softer and disperse more evenly, and it gives it a much nicer glow. As you can see, that looks already better. Wait for it to solidify, and there. Now the LED light will disperse evenly and will look a lot softer on the eyes. And there, that looks a lot better. One more modification I need to make is I'm going to take this electrical tape and cover the LED that's in the Arduino Nano. I don't like how bright this LED is, and it will disrupt the mood of the flower. And now, let's go ahead and test it out in the dark. And there you have it, the project is now complete. And as you can see, this looks really great in the dark. Very relaxing. And there you have it. Now you know how to make your very own Amazon cardboard cutout NeoPixel RGB LED with using an Arduino Nano. Thank you for watching SciTech. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and of course click on the bell icon to be notified for future SciTech videos. Till the next tech, goodbye.